Hello, this is Godly from Tolerated Cinematics, and today I will be showing you how to create a cool looking background just like this one I have right here in Photoshop CS5, but you will be able to do this in every single Photoshop. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to open my Photoshop and I'm going to the folder where I have a texture from Video Copilot, so that will be right over here. Okay, so you can also find textures on Google or just take one yourself and grayscale them, so it's pretty easy to do that. So first of all, I'm gonna import this this texture, I guess. Okay, then I'm gonna create a new file and I'm going to insert my screen resolution and hit OK. Then I'm gonna drag this picture into the window from my screen resolution. I'm gonna hold Ctrl and press T to rescale it and just make it fit in my window. It's just like this over here. Okay, so once you've that, you can zoom back in and we're going to images, levels, and we're going to adjust the levels a little bit just to make it look more textured, something like this over here. Okay, press OK, and now we are going to change to the ellipse selection tool, and we are going to drag an ellipse right over here, and we are going to hold Ctrl Shift I to invert the selection, then right click, feather it out by 200 pixels and hit OK, and then just delete. That will make this texture be deleted, but as you can see, the background is white and that doesn't look really cool, so we're going to click on the background layer and hit Shift F5 and then use a black color and hit OK. So now we have a black color and our texture over here, and press E on the keyboard to call the eraser tool, and we're going to delete a little bit from the top over here, as you can see, because it's not looking really cool, and just like that. Okay. So now we have this over here, and what we want to do now is we want to recolor it in a blue color. So we're going to Images, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation, and check the colorize box, and we're going to get the saturation to about 80% and just recolor it to a blue color, maybe less saturation, make it 60 or 65. Let's take 65 and hit OK. Now hold Ctrl and press G on the keyboard, or just right click and duplicate the layer, and then go to the mode and change it to add, and then we're going to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and get this to like 5% and hit OK. So now we have like a glow on our texture, as you can see over here. So now we want to make this base box over here, circle, something like that. So we're going to bring up the ellipse tool, and we're going to hold Shift to create a perfect circle, and right click on circle, rasterize layer, and right click, blending options, gradient, and style, radial, and gradient will be gradient type will be noise, and just randomize it till you get a nice color over here. So let me check over here. I think this one will be good enough. Then just create a new layer, select them both, merge layers, duplicate it, overlay, and merge layers again. Then image, adjustments, and desaturate. So now it's in grayscale, and we want to create it in a black color. So blending options, color, and it will be black. And just bring the opacity down to like 75 and hit OK. Then just duplicate the same layer and hold Ctrl T to rescale it, and hold Shift Alt to rescale it in the middle. So just like this over here, as you can see, and hit Enter. Right click, blending options again. Color overlay will be 100% right now, or we're gonna uncheck the color overlay and we're gonna choose a gradient overlay. Maybe it's better. So I'm gonna select a light gray and another light gray over here, something like that, and I'm gonna change it to a radial. I'm gonna bring this to the middle, hit OK and OK again, Now again, duplicate it by Ctrl G and hold Ctrl T again and rescale it again, just like this over here. Right click, blending options, and change it to a darker color, something like that. And well, maybe not black, just a dark gray. Yeah, this will do. Hit OK, bevel and emboss, and we're going to size it up all the way up, and depth. I'm gonna add a less depth to field that you want. Depth, I'm sorry. Okay, so once you've that, go to stroke and choose a black color and just size it up as you can see over here, and then an inner glow and change to a gray like this, normal, and size it up a little bit, maybe lighter color, and size it down something like that. So now hit OK again, rescale it a little, and now we have something like that over here. So go to the third layer that you have from the black background, or maybe first the second one. We're gonna scale it down a little bit more, and then we're gonna select this layer over here, right click, blending options, and you're going to create a glow from the outside, blending mode normal, opacity 100%, and just bring it up a little, so you can see some shadow behind it, and then a inner glow also, and also black color, blending mode normal 100% opacity, and just bring it to like 15%, so you have a inner shadow over here, and then hit OK, and maybe you can change over here something well, like that. Also a black color, normal. I don't know if a inner glow will be nice or not. Well, just let's try it out. We'll see what we have over here. So okay, now we have something like that, and maybe make it 10 and not too much. Hit OK. And once we have this, we are going to select all the three of them, or first we're going to create a folder, rename the folder to base, and then select all the three of the layers and just drag them into that folder and close the folder down, and then we have it over here. Rescale it a little if you want to, and just bring it to the position you want to give it. So we want to get it over here, and now we are going to add our text over here. So drum and bass, drum. Well, I'm gonna get my settings over here, so select everything, 0, okay, drum and bass. Oh. And then we're gonna choose a white color, just like this over here, and drag this up, bring it over here, and let me see the font I used. I don't remember, so I will have to take a look for it. No, we want something well, strong enough to represent the base. So let's try to find something cool. Yeah, this will do. I guess it's the same font I used. Yes, it is. Okay, so we're going to get it to a 150%, and then, or maybe a little bit less, I guess. Well, we just keep to this one, and then right click, blending options, and gradient overlay. We're gonna change this to a black color also, so now we have two black colors, and over here we're going to create it to a dark gray color, just like that. We're gonna bring this dark, we're gonna get this black just as close as you can to the gray color, and we're gonna drag this down just like that, and you can just change. Oh, I took the wrong one. Come on, it's hard to take this one. Come on. Okay, so now we want to change it to a really dark gray, as you can see over here. Maybe bring this up a little bit, just like that, and then hit OK. Create another glow, change to blue color, then bring the size up a little bit, just as you can see over here, and maybe a stroke can be nice too. Well, let's try it out. like 3% and maybe an overlay, I don't know. Just try to find something cool looking, and I don't know, yeah. So then hit OK, and let me see what I use over here. So now we are going to create the text below, and we're gonna try to create the text to fit the lines, the other lines from the drum and bass. So something like this over here. And now we're going to duplicate this layer and bring this down, and then select it and change it to, was it the white color? Yeah, it was a white color. So just unselect the effects, or just unselect the stroke and the gradient overlay, and let's keep the other glow. Then we're going to change it to another font, so something much smaller, and we're going to change this to like 36 and change it to orgasm. Okay, so now we have the orgasm, and I'm gonna select all of the text, Control A, and we're going to this icon, click on the icon, and then over here we're gonna type like 1000, and we're gonna keep scrolling, I don't know, hold shift to scroll faster, and then once you're almost there, just release shift and scroll down a little. Okay, so now we have this over here, and well, the background is a little bit too bright, so I'm gonna get this much less as needed. So okay, the orgasm is there and the drum and bass is there, so we're pretty much done with the text, and we're going to change it. We're gonna choose a rectangle tool and create a nice line over here. Change it to a white color. Right click, rasterize layer, press E on the keyboard to bring up the eraser tool and just fade it out, just like this. Okay, so now we have our line in the middle, and later on we will add some optical flares. So now create a new layer, bring this on the top of all the other layers, and get this to a color dodge, or maybe change it to yeah, color dodge will be fine, I guess. And go to the gradient tool and just choose two colors that you like. So over here I used only blue, and over here I will try to use a pink, a purple color. I don't know if it will work out. I don't know. So just try to scroll a little, and you will see. Over here we have multiply, but I'm gonna change to blue as well because it's not looking that nice. Okay, so right over here, Control A, delete this, and just do the same thing. Okay, so over here we've done this, and just bring the opacity to like 40% and get it on the well, get the text on top, because the text is more important, and well, try to find something cool looking. And this is too much. Go to the base again, and then the second layer, create a new layer above it, and right click, merge layers together so the effects are gone, and go to filter, noise, add noise, and just add like 2% of noise to get something in there. I don't know if you can see it. Add a little bit more noise, maybe again. Okay, so now we can see a little bit of noise over here, and it's just to represent the yeah, the how do I need to explain this? Well, the yeah, I don't know. I can't explain it. Just it makes it look more realistic. So now we are going to create these lines over here, and then we are going to get the lines on the background. We are also going to create that. So now we are going back into Photoshop, create a new layer, get it on the top of the base. So out of the folder, and get to your pen tool, but before you go to the pen tool, go to the brush tool and get the hardness to 100% and the pixels to like 9 or maybe 7 to let's take 7. Then we're going to select our pen tool, and we're going to draw a shape around around our base, just like this over here. So I'm going to do this very fast, just like that. Okay, so now right click on here and stroke path, simulate pressure, brush, okay, and change the color to, well, Control Z and change the color, stroke path, okay. So now we're done. Delete the path and get it on the top of this layer, because we want it to be white. So don't get it below the layer that we used to get the overlay over here. So now we have this over here, and press E on the keyboard again, right click, and get it to like 80%, and this like 30 will do. Okay, and just try to zoom in a little, and just delete this line. And this one. Okay, so we're done. And then right click and duplicate layer, and get the layer below again. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and 5%. Hit OK. Right click, blending options, color overlay. I'm sorry. Okay, color overlay, and get it to a blue color, just like this, and hit OK. And maybe you can change this to another, I don't know. Yeah, something like that. You can use something like that. And now what we can do is draw another shape if you want to. I didn't do this in my wallpaper, but we can try. I have time, so yeah. Draw another shape around it. Make it look the same or almost the same. Not 100% the same, just a little bit. And try to go to the brush again and click over here, brush. And just change a little bit of settings, so spacing and shattering, shape dynamics. Okay, so now we have something like this over here, and go to the pen tool again, right click, stroke path, and hit OK. So now we have something like that, and you can delete it, the path, go to the layers again, and get it to color add. I don't know if it will work out. Just try to find something cool looking. Yeah, right over here we have something, and go to the eraser tool to just delete these over here, because we don't have a line over here, so why would we have some particles over here? So something like that. Okay, so you can also duplicate it and do the same thing as Gaussian blur, and like over here you can see this one, it's some blurry shizzle. Okay, so once we've done that, we can continue on the particles. What am I saying? These strokes on the behind it. So like it's a sun behind or something like that. So we're gonna insert a texture with a lot of detail. So as you can see over here, it has a lot of whites and blacks. So import it to Photoshop, and then just rescale it till you have a part with a lot of black and white. So it doesn't matter if it's bad quality, because we're gonna change it anyway. And then right click on the layer, rasterize layer, and go to image adjustments, levels, and just bring the levels as close to each other like I'm doing right now. Okay, so then press OK. You can also Control Z and go to image and choose a, where is it, threshold. Okay, over here. So you can also take this one and just mess around a little bit over here. So okay, we'll do this over here, and then go to filter, blur, radial blur. Okay, and then blur method will be zoom, and get it to like 50%, and hit OK. So now we have this, and get it on the bottom of the base, and as you can see over here we have our shine effect, and then just mess around with the modes again. You can try a lot of different things, so you can create your own original background, and you don't have to copy this tutorial. It's just a tutorial on how to show it, how to make it. So you can just try to be original and, well, make your own things. So okay, I'm gonna take this one, I guess, and I'm gonna delete the outlines over here. Oh. Okay, so it's not looking that good like in my background, but let's try to fix it. Um, bring the saturation up. Yeah, something like that. And duplicate it again. Maybe try to add some glow to it. I don't know if it will work. Well, maybe you can just delete this one and just rescale it a little bit closer to the base, and delete these parts over here, and just try to mess around a little. So once we've done this, we can try to add some optical flares. If you don't have optical flares, yeah, you don't need to use that, but I will. So, well, first I will try to change it a little bit more. Just like that. Okay, so now we are done over here, and well, let's try to make something look cool. I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just trying out some things. So the best thing to learn is trying out a lot of things. So even if it's looking the worst thing you've made, I made a lot of things that are really, you can just look at them because they're too ugly, but that's the only way to learn to create something nice in Photoshop. So, well, once you have your outcome, just save it as a JPEG sequence and get the quality to 12%. And I will try to add something in optical flare in After Effects with optical flares. You don't have to if you don't have it, or if you're glad with the outcome you've made. But it's the same thing I've used here in the background. So yeah, it's totally up to you. So I'm gonna import this one over here. So just let me try to find it. Wallpapers, okay. And what did I save it for? I don't remember. Okay, here it is, and just import it to After Effects projects and just create a new comp with it, and there we go. You can also go to Effects, Stylize, and add a glow if you want to in the background, and just get your radius to 100 and messing around with this. You can also just copy this or press Ctrl X, new adjustment layer, and paste it over here, and just draw a shape where you don't want it. So press F on the keyboard, subtract it, and like 15% pixels over here, and just click over here, and as you can see you have only glow in the background, but I don't like it, so I won't use it. And create a new adjustment layer and go to Effects, Video Copilot, Optical Flares, and then Options. And well, first, before we do this, yes, mode to add, and we're also going over here to optical flares and get your background into the preview background layer and go to options. So now if you check the show background, you will see your nice wallpaper. So I'm going to create it like as large as we can so you can see the background. There we go. And I'm going to the Pro Preset 2, and I'm gonna select something I've used in my background, and it's this one over here, and get it over here. And as you can see, it's a nice looking thing, so press OK and do the same thing over here, and then just drag this all the way away. So now we have something like that. Okay, then duplicate the same layer and go to options again and show background again, and Pro Preset 2, and I used this one over here, I guess, for the line. Yeah. Okay, no, I did use something else. Well, let's just use this. Okay, press OK and click on the optical flares to move it around. Get it over here. There we go, and maybe scale it to like 70% and brightness 70. Okay, so now we have something like that over here. Once you're glad with the outcome, just go to composition save frame as and file, and then go over here, save it as something we want, and then render it out. And what that will do is it will save just this frame into a Photoshop document. So where is it? It's right over here, and if you open it up, you have it over here, and just save it again as a JPEG sequence to use it as a background. So thanks for watching, and well, goodbye, and be sure to subscribe and check out my channel for more tutorials. If you have any suggestions, just go to my Facebook page. The link will be in the description, and you can just suggest some some tutorials. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.